Okay, so today we're going to talk about photosynthesis and cellular respiration. So, little yellow thing up here. And first we have a little yellow thing up here, a green thing down here, and a orange thing down here. And these things, the yellow thing gives something to the green thing that the green thing needs. Then the green thing gives something to the orange thing that the orange thing needs. And then the orange thing brings it right back to the green thing. And after all that, the orange thing gives out something that the whole cell needs. To be specific, the yellow thing is called the sun. The arrow is called the sunlight energy. The green thing is called the chloroplast. The orange thing is called the mitochondrion. And the thing that the cell needs is the ATP energy. So, what's happening inside the chloroplast is called a chemical reaction. There's chemical reactions happening in both the chloroplast and the mitochondria. And then the chemical reaction is called photosynthesis. And then in the orange, it's called the cellular respiration. The green thing gives out green pigments called chlorophyll. And these green pigments, inside that there's food being made. And to be specific, this food is sugar, or also known as glucose. The arrow going from the chloroplast to the mitochondrion is glucose and oxygen, which is represented as C6H12O6, which is glucose, plus CO2, which is oxygen. And carbon dioxide and water are being created from cellular respiration over photosynthesis from the orange blob, which is called the mitochondrion, the green blob, which is once again called the chloroplast. And from there is carbon dioxide and water being produced. Carbon dioxide is CO2, and water is H2O. This is represented as the glucose and oxygen are the molecules produced by photosynthesis, and the carbon dioxide and water are the molecules produced by cellular respiration. So, this glucose and the oxygen are therefore the products of photosynthesis, and the carbon dioxide and water are the products of cellular respiration. This is also known as the molecules needed for the process of cellular respiration and the molecules needed for the process of photosynthesis. So, they are also considered the reactants for cellular respiration and the reactants for photosynthesis. So, inside the chloroplast, carbon dioxide and water are being changed into glucose and oxygen. And inside the mitochondria, glucose and oxygen are being changed into carbon dioxide and water. Also inside the chloroplast is the energy of sunlight is being used to create the potential chemical energy of glucose molecules. And inside the mitochondrion, the chemical energy of glucose is being converted into ATP energy. Finally, inside the chloroplast, existing molecules are changing into different molecules, and also inside of the mitochondria. The red arrow represents ATP energy, and ATP energy is the release of energy that originated from the sun. And sunlight is energy that animals need, energy that plants need, and that's all. So it goes from the sun to the yellow arrow, which represents sunlight, goes to the chloroplast, goes to the mitochondrion, which is glucose and oxygen. ATP energy is released, and water and carbon dioxide go right back into the chloroplast, and it keeps going in a cycle until it's ended.